Welcome to Nightingale Dementia Consultants. My name is Brian Balke of Hypnosis Rising, and this is our fifth briefing on self-care for the caregiver. In addressing any challenge, we want to focus on moving toward joy rather than away from fear. When we focus on fear, our subconscious highlights the frightening things around us. That creates a snowball effect. We become convinced that danger lies all around us, to the point for some that they don't want to get out of bed. But we also can't pretend that danger doesn't exist. When it rears its head, our panic reaction is useful. It focuses energy and attention to protect us. Even so, panic is always expensive. During panic, we accumulate toxins in our body that can take a long time to purge. For caregivers, the stress of your responsibilities makes you more vulnerable to panic. Without proper care and attention, your personal resources become depleted. When there is nothing left to give, even a spilled cup of coffee is a disaster. We can learn to control panic. As with all crises, that starts with awareness. What is panic? When it recurs, we need to accept the message that is being sent. Something needs to change. To focus that change, a watchful attitude allows us to anticipate the conditions in which panic develops. Finally, we adapt our behavior. In the case of panic, we can learn to draw upon the energy of panic without succumbing to confusion, and then to limit its duration. For animals, calm is the natural routine. The body digests food, grows, heals, and explores. In panic, the mind focuses on one thing, the threat, and the body shifts blood flow into muscles. For predators, that energy is used to subdue their prey. For prey, the goal is to escape or repel the predator. In anticipation of violence, the muscles tense to protect the organs. As the end approaches, the loser can try a new trick, freezing. This may come with vomiting. The prey is trying to convince a lone predator that it has already been eaten, or encourage the social predator to get its pack. Once the predator turns away, the prey has a chance to escape. When the conflict is over, animals seek safety and quiver. This softens muscles and releases toxins, restoring mental and physical balance. Among humans, society regulates violence. For that reason, threats are often framed as choices. You'll end up in a dead-end job if you don't go to college. If you want to go to college, you have to get an A. Once we accept the choice, the threat lives inside us. It becomes a chronic condition that is expressed as a mild fight-flight state. The tools used to sustain stress are anger and fear. Both prepare the brain for change. Hormones are released that break down neural networks, eroding behaviors. Sleep is also lightened because what better time to escape than when everyone else is asleep? This, of course, is hard on the body. As our performance degrades, we often face increasing anger and fear from those that depend upon us. In the case of our high school senior, they might lose driving privileges, isolating them from friends and worsening loneliness. This is a vicious cycle that ends in collapse or passivity. We surrender control. Chronic stress often sneaks up on us, so it is important to recognize patterns. Foremost is the tendency for the identity, our conscious mind, to disconnect from the body, our subconscious mind. Indicators include reliance on processed food, weight gain, fatigue or achiness, and bowel irritation. Energy and resources are shifted to the brain as it struggles with vague social fears. In America, our workplace culture encourages us to suck it up to achieve success. We believe that when we make it professionally, we will be able to catch up on the damage being done to our body and mind. Unfortunately, this is a slippery slope into self-exploitation. Rewards fade off into the distance. The subconscious, valiantly trying to support our social ambitions, eventually breaks down as the internal warning signals, so long ignored in our waking hours, break through as chronic pain. This is not unusual in caregivers who often feel morally obligated to their loved one. Family and peers that are less committed fade into the background, saying, "You're doing such a great job." The burden becomes heavier and heavier. How to tell when we are suffering from chronic stress? There are two general patterns. We may find ourselves being more aggressive, seeking to create conflict that allows us to realize our internal conflict through physical action. Paradoxically, that gets us out of fight-flight in the ways known to animals. Alternatively, we may turn against ourselves in anxiety. We lose confidence in our capacity to meet the demands of the world. The destructive hormones begin to unravel the higher thought processes, such as planning and social awareness. This continues until the subconscious finds a foundation upon which to rebuild the personality. This is depression that progresses as we lose the ability to relate to isolation and illness. In counseling those suffering from chronic stress, I offer a simple insight. When we are gentle with ourselves, we don't waste energy that is needed for caregiving. When we are in balance with our body, we are better able to respond to change. Together, gentleness and balance are the balm of peace. Inner peace is also attractive to those around us. Stress is out of control in society. A well-organized and self-aware individual also is less likely to interpret information with emotional bias. This enables them to move efficiently through chaos and to renounce control when disruption is inevitable. Sometimes we have to stand back while the dishes break. That may allow us to contain the damage and also leaves us better able to pick up the pieces when calm is restored. Remember that inner peace is not a compact with the world. It is a compact with yourself. Chronic stress wastes energy and traps toxins in our system. The breathing exercise that we do at the beginning of each session is a tool for releasing stress. On each exhale, you can add these 3 simple words to help you apply today's insights. Gentle, balanced, peace. If you practice this with your loved one, you will find that your inner peace is contagious during their moments of crisis. That's the end of today's briefing. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you soon.